10 years of award-winning car talk. This is the In-Wheel Time Car Show. Just ahead, Mr. Mars continues his series on banned race cars and a different kind of T-Rex this week. Get ready for the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. We'll tell you all about that. We've got the upcoming events calendar. Conrad's going to have the car clinic, and we got today's auto news headlines. Just ahead on today's In-Wheel Time Car Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin.
We do.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. We've had a very interesting show so far, and we're going to continue it right now. Because now we're going to talk to Bobby Sparkman, and he represents the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. Bobby, how are you? It's good to see you here.
We're fantastic this morning. We're coming to you live from Battle Rod here in Gonzales, Texas. Big car show. They're expecting about 500 cars this morning.
Really? And where is Gonzales, Texas?
It's about, 60 miles between. There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're about 60 miles from San Antonio.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It's a good little town. I've been there.
Come and take it.
Come and take it.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. Now, let's clarify and say that this is not the Hot Rod Power Tour by Hot Rod Magazine.
This is better.
This is better because this is the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. 3 days of cruising.
Bigger and better in Texas.
Everything is always better in Texas. And from what I understand, this is the end of April, the 1st of May. It's going to be a great time of the year in Texas. Where does it start? How do we get involved? Where do we get more information? Let's start with, have you had the Hot Rod Tour of Texas before?
This will be our first year. We're trying to get it together. It's going to be an adventure, that's for sure.
Okay. And, yeah, well, I'm sure that it already is because you got guys like us interviewing you. So it involves not only cruising, but I understand that there's going to be a show and time at a drag strip.
There will actually be two show and shines. There will be drag strip time at Alamo City Motorplex in Marion, Texas, and the following day there will be a drag strip time and another show and shine at Little River Raceway, which is a nostalgic drag strip there in Little River, Texas, up by Temple.
Now, how in the world are you guys going to coordinate all this? I mean, it's not the same bunch of cars every day, is it?
Brother, the hardest part was coordinating 2 drag strips on a Friday and Saturday. And let me tell you, we made the whole tour and met with both of those owners, and they were literally, what can we do to bring this? We want it.
Oh,
bring
cool.
it to us.
So it's literally, where are you going to start?
We will start in Victoria, Texas.
Down in Victoria. And you're going to, and you can get into the details, but just to make sure everybody understands, you're talking about going to San Antonio, to the track there outside at Marion, and then
Between San Antonio and New Braunfels.
Right, and then from there, as a group, you're going up to Little River and spend some time up there.
Yeah, we're gonna leave Victoria in the morning. We will end up at Alamo City Motorplex on Friday, and folks will stay the night there Friday night in the Braunfels area. Saturday morning we'll get up, have a little breakfast, and then we'll head to Speeding Springs Muscle Car Shop. They're hosting a lunch for us, a fantastic place with high quality muscle cars. They're not even open to the public yet, and that's going to be in Dripping Springs. And then from there, we will depart and head to Little River for some raceway show and shine.
And this is a great opportunity to get your cars out. We're taking back roads as much as we can, trying to stay off interstates, enjoying the scenery that Texas has to offer.
We're laying out some maps, putting some package together for folks that have to make frequent fuel stops. We got some 1,000 horsepower cars that will be coming with us. I'm bringing a little bit of everything. Morgan's going to be bringing his car he put together. Morgan kind of give you a little bit background of.
Yeah, think of like Hot Rod Power Tour, but Texas based.
Yeah. All right. So, how are you going to limit the number of people that are going to join you, or are you going to take the entire 250,000 in-wheel time viewers and bring them on the tour with you?
We're taking as we can get. We're not going to limit it, and we're trying to make this where it's as cheap as possible. We have to cover our insurance and some advertising costs, but other than that, we're trying to keep the cost as low as possible. The tracks have. I can't thank Alamo City Motorplex and Little River for allowing us to put this on with those guys and making it to where if you want to get your car on the track for $25, you can get on the track.
And it just for the track deal, I guess it'll be something like just bracket racing, just grudge racing, I guess.
Grudge racing, whatever you want. We've got a bunch of guys that are really interested in not really going up there and beating up on their cars, but they want to take some cool photos, especially Little River and the NHRA Alamo City Motorplex. They want some Christmas tree photos with their cars.
Yeah. Also have some mini bike races also.
Yeah, there'll be vintage mini bike races as well.
Oh, cool.
Vintage mini bike races.
You've got one.
That's fun.
I do. I got a homemade one on my 20-inch Stingray bicycle, so I could bring that, I guess.
Alamo City Motorplex has built a flat track, and then at Little River it'll be drag racing. So it'll be a little bit of variety. It's not going to be the same thing at both tracks.
How much does it cost to enter the Hot Rod Tour of Texas?
We have not set the price yet, but it is going to be astronomically. It will be less than most car shows. It's going to be astronomically affordable.
So we could say that it's going to be under $100.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
And more on fuel.
Some of the way we're going to fund this is we're going to sell merchandise like these cups that have Hot Rod Tour of Texas. We'll come and take it activity on it.
Got to have some merch.
The vendors, some merch, and that's really we're going to try to sell merch and T-shirts versus making people pay for admission. You're going to go home with something.
Yeah, something. I was curious. You mentioned Morgan's car that he was bringing it. Kind of an idea of what kind of cars you're looking at.
Morgan, I'll let you kick it off.
Not to be biased, but mine's probably going to be the best.
Of course it will be.
No, I have
on the track, Morgan.
Oh yeah. I have a '64 Dodge Polara. Not a fancy 2-door, it's 4-door, but I had it. Just got it back from paint and body.
That is cool. That's a cool car.
And it's built it to be kind of a NASCAR replica, but still factory and cruisable on the inside. It's not like you see the ones now on NASCAR chassis, but it's got all the original patina with a metal flake roof that's patinaed in on the C-pillar to look like the metal flakes under the white original paint, and it's candy red metal flake. And then my wife, Kate Cook, with Asphalt Canvas Custom Art, pinstriped it and lettered it to make it look like an old vintage race car, and used my grandparents' and great uncle's old dealership from the 60s, their logo, and slapped it on the side. But right now, fixing some bent push rods I found 2 nights ago, so it'll be back in time.
I've got 2 questions. One, what kind of coffee cup is that? Is that a Rochester single barrel coffee cup?
Stromberg.
Stromberg. Yeah.
Stromberg.
From
Hold it up.
Hold it up, Morgan.
There you go. Look at that.
How cool.
Ventura Nationals in California about 2 or 3 years ago. And it was the last one they had. And I saw it on Instagram that they were going to be passing them out. And I said to my wife, we got to go by their booth and get these. And I got the last one they had that day.
Wonderful. And the other question I have is, what kind of vehicle are you two fellas sitting in?
We're in my 53 F100.
Cool.
And as far as
it's on a full Crown Vic chassis.
Oh, that makes it simple.
We cruised in this morning about 60 miles.
Yeah, something like
that. We cruised in this morning. I had to pull over and wait for the trailer queens. They were running 65 miles an hour. I was running 90.
The trailer.
It was a safe 90.
I was in this hunk outside the window.
Oh gosh.
What in the world is that?
It's a rat rod of some sort.
28 Model A with a LS motor in it.
Okay.
Oh, now you're talking.
Of course. Are both of these vehicles going to be on the tour of Texas?
And it's got a 500-pound bomb on the back. I mean,
that's for traction, of course.
Yep. I've got a 1959 model, 1959 4-door Edsel Ranger that we put on a 2000 Lincoln Town Car, full chassis swap that we're gonna drive on the tour, so I can haul a lot of beer in the back.
Wow.
So is the intent of the Hot Rod Power Tour of Texas to be drive it, or you're not really inviting a lot of trailer queens, are you?
No,
It's a driving tour.
Our rule has, even as of this morning, trailers do the back, drivers do the front.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a blast. And it sounds like you guys are into having a lot of fun in the process of doing this as well.
Absolutely.
Now
And we're reaching out to every small community. This is another. Thank Jeremy for very time consuming, but the right way to do things. Reaching out to every small community between here and Arlington, Texas, which is 700 miles.
Yeah. Right.
Every small community is getting a letter from us in behalf of the deal, letting them know, hey, we're going to be passing through your town.
hide the women and children.
Hate us or like us, we love to see you on the side of the road taking pictures and waving at us and enjoying the cars, but if not, we're still coming through.
Well, I hope that's all they're doing on the side of the road.
But the other thing is these small communities that generally don't see traffic like this,
right?
It can become an event in their town as you guys are coming through.
Kind of like a Woodward Dream Cruise out in Texas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mini version.
And what we're expecting is after the first year, everybody's going to be saying, "Hey, can y'all stop in our town?" That's what our goal is for folks to want to encourage us to, to come through their town. And we may change the route next year. We don't know yet. We haven't gotten that far, but it's going to be an annual event.
And how can people connect to you?
So we got a Facebook page also, and then Bobby's there holding up a card that we have with our emails.
I don't know if y'all can see that or not.
Hot Rod Power Tour of Texas. Now, are you guys also
not Power Tour, just Hot Rod Tour of
Hot
Texas.
Rod Tour? Okay.
Yeah, Hot Rod Tour.
Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
So how many?
Very easy to find us. You can just do a search on Facebook for Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
Yeah, it comes up real quick. How many vehicles are y'all looking for this first year?
Well, there's 1.8 thousand.
Really don't know. I hate to say, but I'm expecting probably over 500, 600 to 1,000.
See, I'm just kind of wondering, when you were talking about the small towns, I could just visualize, okay, so here comes this parade. Let's say it is 500 cars. Some people are going to need to stop for gas. Some people are going to need to make a pit stop.
Got to make bathroom stop.
And the interesting thing you mentioned is when we did the trip, we were like, okay, well, let's mark all these fuel stops, right? Well, when you go Texas backcountry roads, there's no Buc-ee's on those.
No.
I was thinking you need a Buc-ee's tour. A Buc-ee's Hot Rod tour.
We're gonna have some designated key fuel stops along the way within certain intervals, because we've got a couple of guys that can literally not run very far. Right. They're putting out so much horsepower.
Well,
So
I have a suggestion. Back in the back where you've got your trailers following the trailered cars up to this point, that at the very, very back, that you have one of those deals. It's a trailer that has about 6 or 8 different commodes on it. And they do rent those, and that's
true.
Good point, Don.
Bad idea. That's not a bad idea, actually.
And I could actually drive that thing, but it would cost everybody $1 to use.
Not a bad idea.
Well, out in the middle of some of these places, it'd probably be money well spent.
Well, out in the middle of nowhere, you got the side of the road for that.
Well, but the ladies may not want to go to
There gotta be any ladies. This is a guy's thing.
There'll be some girls. I guarantee you there'll be some ladies.
Don's a crappy driver.
We've already got women drivers that are ready to go.
How many?
We've already got some women drivers that are ready to go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So the plan right now is April 29th through May 1st of 2022.
That's a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Friday in Victoria, and then New Braunfels,
Marion.
Yeah, Marion that evening.
I've been to Marion.
Beautiful
prison.
Alamo City Motorplex is a beautiful track.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a large contrast. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to Little River track, but it is a true old blacktop roadway that they converted into a drag strip, and it's the same as it has been for God knows forever.
It started in 53, I think, And Don Gartless has raced there. A bunch of famous guys back.
Yeah, I know when I found your Facebook page the other day, I started reaching out to a number of people and inviting them to join, and it looks like quite a number of them have. So hopefully we can impact your participation.
Do you have in a positive manner? In a positive manner.
Do you have any electric vehicles that are going to be joining?
Hey, you never know. You never know. We've had a lot of people ask about different year model cars and all that kind of good stuff, and we told them, hey, if it's cool and it's a hot rod, bring it.
So a late model Mustang or
horsepower.
Yeah, so a late model Mustang or Corvette or whatever, it's welcome, just like a 32 Ford.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Whole car community.
We've got some 32 Ford Coupes that are going to be coming with us, and 59 Cadillac. We got a lot. It's going to be such a variety of
this
cars.
This would be fun.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting for everybody.
This will be a blast.
Well, gentlemen,
more than welcome to come join us.
Boy, I'll tell you what, it just wears me out just thinking about it. But
yeah, we'd have to do a broadcast from the Alamo Dragway Saturday morning.
And you know, I think that David Ainsley and his son would truly enjoy and appreciate.
No kidding. That is I covered a couple of events there.
We could do it from the potty wagon.
Tracks.
We could do it from the potty wagon. That's right.
Crappy job.
Well, get mobile podcast.
Yeah.
Bob, we've gone mobile before.
The potty wagon, she's going to be in.
We've been on the run before.
Well, gentlemen, we look forward to it. Let's talk again come around February, March, somewhere in there, so we can check and see how things are going with the sign-up sheet. And maybe Mr. Mars will set up something for us to be on a remote with you guys. We'll see how that goes.
That would be awesome. We would make you guys honorary members of the Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
There you go.
Thank you. Morgan, thanks for joining us as well.
Do we get tattoos?
Yeah, something. Don't tell them where that would wind up. But anyway, thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. It was great. Thanks.
That's going to be fun.
It is. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. You want to do the events calendar, or do you want to do Conrad's?
Either way, it's you.
Yeah,
you're on.
Events. There's not too much coming up.
Well, we got Autorama next weekend, and we're going to be there.
That's the biggest thing. We're going to be live at Autorama next week, and we're going to be there Thursday.
Is that next week?
A couple of us will be there Friday, Saturday.
I will be
Sunday.
there Thursday afternoon, 3 to 8. Then the show is going to be on Friday, 10 to 8, Saturday, 10 to 8, and Sunday, 10 to 6. Because they do the awards beginning at 6 o'clock. George R. Brown Convention Center, $20 for general admission. You can get a couple bucks off if you want to go down to O'Reilly. Now, children 6 to 12 are $4.99 at O'Reilly. You can get a $4 ticket there. The Saturday is going to be the Tuner Galleria. This is a new event featuring over 250 tuners, imports, JDM luxury vehicles, music, and models.
Oh, yeehaw!
I'll bring my thong.
Model cars, right? Little cars.
Yeah,
somebody help us.
That's what it is. Chip Foose is going to be there Friday, and Hall of Fame and AEW wrestling star Sting is going to be there Sunday from noon to 3. So at any rate, that's
you need to be there and come and join us and say hi. We'll be signing autographs at our booth.
I will be.
Sunday, November 28th is Houston Cars and Cocktails at Little Woodrow's in Tomball. Sunday, December 5th is Riding on Faith's Christmas Market and Toys for Tots show at the Faith Cowboy Church. Also on the 18th is our friend Eric Allen in Deadpool will be doing his Toys for Tots fundraiser. And we will be back on the 18th at... Is it the 18th?
For Tailpipes
and Tacos.
In December.
In December.
Yes,
right.
in December.
There is no Tailpipes and Tacos for November, but we'll be back in December.
Yes.
So see you there.
All right, so Mr. Mars has a special feature on banned race cars, and it's the T-Rex. And you think T-Rex. No, wait just a minute. I think that... who is it? Is it a Ram, I believe, is making a T-Rex
now? The new T-Rex truck, yes.
But that's not this.
Yeah, this picked up the nickname because of the logo. When they built, it's a Monte Carlo, and it had a big T-Rex out on the hood of it. It was just, part of it was because of the guy, the crew chief that was with it, His name was Rex, and Rex
T-Rex,
Stump.
the dinosaur
Yes.
on the hood of it?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to
And
clarify.
also because the movie Jurassic Park was coming out, and they were a sponsor. It was a promotion deal that kind of all packaged up together there to make this happen. And as I said, Rex Stump was the guy that was in charge of putting this car together, and it was part of the Hendricks motor team. He took all of his crew chiefs together, Rick Hendricks did, and told them, how would you build the ultimate car? What would you do to make the ultimate car? And give all your ideas to Rex Stump, and they went about building this car.
And don't
this
worry
Monte
about the
Carlo.
rules.
No. They went page by page by the rule book, the story goes. They had it inspected. One of the NASCAR guys watched them build it a lot of places, a lot of time. And a lot of things they did that were different. You know, they changed the different spring rate. They put softer springs on the front and stiffer on the back, and different big sway bars that were not what normal people were doing at the time. The shocks were different. They mounted them so that they could raise the door bars and the front struts to stiffen everything, and the size of the tubing. And the whole idea was to raise the floor of the car up a half inch. Now, a lot of people were using spoilers on the cars to get down and onto the track for the aerodynamics. Well, they had it all built in, and they lowered the entire car to do that. So they did this, and Jeff Gordon was doing the testing, and they started out with the testing. They were real impressed. Then they made some more changes with some tire changes. Again, putting soft tires where they didn't normally put soft tires, hard tires, and all that stuff, and it really made a difference. So Jeff Gordon took this car, and they went out into the 1997 All-Star race. That's whenever they made the debut of the number 24 there with the T-Rex, and he started 19 out of 20. He was in the 19th position when he started this car. But because of the changes and stuff they had done, all within the rules, this car was over a second faster lap. He won the race quite handily, because even starting at the 19th position. And the story goes that they were still up on the winner's podium, you know, still getting all the pictures and everything, when NASCAR came and said, hey, we want to talk to you. Pull them off to the side before they even got out of the winner's circle. Mm-hmm. And they started saying, you know, talking to him about the car. And, of course, the Hendricks team said it was perfectly legal. We went by the rules. You saw it, all this stuff. And the story goes that the NASCAR officials said, it's legal today, but it won't be tomorrow. And they rewrote the rule book literally that night and added several pages to make that car illegal. But it was legal, and they gave him the win. Supposedly, Gordon took home $207,500 as the winner's purse. And then later on, for some other stuff that they did, they ended up at 95 for using a $60,000 fine. And that's kind of what also put the NASCAR on their tail. But the car was perfectly legal the day that it ran the first and only race, and it won. In fact, NASCAR then basically took the car, and it's now used for education purposes as to what you can and can't do.
Cheat.
How to cheat.
But it wasn't cheating.
It wasn't cheating, but it was definitely at the edge of the rules.
They let him win because they didn't want him to cry.
Well, they let him win because it passed the rules on inspection.
Well, it's gray areas, yeah.
No, there was no gray areas. It was all
well, now they're gray
legal.
areas.
Well, then they rewrote
changed
the rule
the
book.
rules. There was some flexibility things in this car that helped it aerodynamically, and that flexibility is now illegal.
Well, you said they lowered the car, but they raised the floor.
Trying to create a vacuum underneath the car.
It's one
for
of the
airstream underneath it, yes.
Right.
It's all part of it. You know, a lot of these things are now, in 30 years later, they're doing. Mm-hmm. But at the time...
Well, you look at a number of the banned race cars Mike has talked about. A lot of the reasons they've been banned is because of the aerodynamic packages that they put on them. You know, remember he talked about the Terrell with the sliding skirts. Yep. They actually had boards that were on the plastic things that were on the ground that slid that created downforce. Then you talked about the one chaparral with the flexible rear
tilting,
wing,
yeah.
and then another chaparral that actually had a vacuum motor in the back of it. That was a snowmobile.
Like a hovercraft.
It was a snowmobile motor.
Yeah,
and then
and
Terrell did another
suction,
one.
yeah.
That was, and it was all about aerodynamics. So you know, you can cheat in aerodynamics.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, and rubbing is racing.
Again, it's some of it was, you can't say it was cheating because the rule book didn't say you couldn't do it. It just, so if it doesn't say you can't do it, then you can do it.
Till they changed the rules.
Till they changed the rules like they did in this one.
Because you did it.
What year was that?
'97 was the year that he actually ran the race and won it.
And he did. That was one of his first wins in '97 too. Didn't he win the 500? He ran the 500 that year.
No, not with that car. That car only ran
not with that
once.
car.
It only ran that once. They made some changes
And it
after
was-
they rewrote the rule book. They did change the car to meet the new rules, but it never performed like that again.
He won, but not in that car. But didn't he win the Daytona 500 that year?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
think that
another
was like-
story
yeah,
for another
but I
day,
think
Jeff.
that's-
But we'll find that out.
Okay, well, let's come back tomorrow and do it.
Let's not say we did. I'm tired. I need a nap.
Uh-oh. We've got another hour and a half of the show. So.
No. We haven't. A half an hour.
Made you look.
Yeah. I did want to mention one other thing, and I don't know what it was. But it's okay for me not to know what it was. Because at this point of the week, my brain is fried.
Well, we've talked a little bit about some of the autonomous vehicles.
I didn't ask for you.
That's okay. You said you kind of lost what you were looking
No,
for.
I don't remember what I was looking for.
Honda and a company called Black Vec have successfully tested a prototype autonomous work vehicle at a construction site in New Mexico. During the month-long field test, the second-generation prototype of a fully electric Honda performed range of functions at a large-scale solar construction plant, including towing activities and transporting materials, people, and water to preset destinations within the work site.
Great.
Okay, again, it's this autonomous.
We talked about
vehicle.
autonomous and we talked about electric.
Right.
Okay.
All in one.
Kind of. Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after these quick messages.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is on Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, classics, trucks, and performance cars featuring the ultimate lowrider showcase. Sponsored by Shorty's Hydraulics and the Traditional Rod Garage. Saturday only, it's the Tuner Galleria with 250 imports, JDM, and luxury cars, plus music and models. Autorama. It's so much more than a car show. On the celebrity stage, presented by Nick's Auto Repair and Classic Car Restoration, it's Chip Foose from TV's Overhauling on Friday and wrestling superstar Sting on Sunday. Shop the swap meet and women's world all weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama. November 25th to 28th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com.
Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier monthly cruise-in, will return Saturday, December 18th to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy. Tailpipes and Tacos wants to thank all of the participants and fans who've enjoyed the collector cars, hot rods, customs, originals, and resto mods, and everything in between. We'll be taking a break for Thanksgiving and Autorama, but we'll be back for a great Christmas cruise-in on December 18th, so make plans now. You know that Tailpipes and Tacos is the Houston area's coolest cruise-in, a place you'll see friends, family, and the finest cruise-in cars in the Houston area. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for a very special Christmas cruise-in, Loopy style. It's Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, December 18th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Let's celebrate the Christmas season together at the next Tailpipes and Tacos on December 18th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield has moved to a more convenient location. Now you can visit John Gray and his staff of dedicated professionals at their new shop on the South Sam Houston Parkway between Belford and Airport in Southwest Houston. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is the best at paint correction and ceramic coatings. Clear bras and custom wraps are specialties that only Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs with award-winning accuracy, and all their services come with a warranty. Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Porsche, and Ferrari owners depend on Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their specialty services, and you should too. The In-Wheel Time Corvette and Cutlass have both been massaged by Gulf Coast Auto Shield, so isn't it time your vehicle visit their new shop in Southwest Houston? Call John Gray today at 832-930-5655 or visit online at gcautoshield.com. That's gcautoshield.com. Paint, coatings, wraps, and more at gcautoshield.com.